Ain't no replacing, so what I gotta do to run it though? Fuck can't play with me. Do I gotta keep that toolie talk? It's insane to me how them pussy niggas can show.
XDefiant, is it a true Call of Duty killer or what? I don't know. Let's get into this review of the beta. So let me put a little disclaimer real quickly, right? This is my amateurish opinion. I'm not no kind of pro. I didn't play crazy amounts of the beta. And to preference for note, I didn't even try everything out. I used one character the whole time through the beta. And to be honest, I can't even remember what the name of that character was anyways. Right, and I use primarily the same 3 or 4 guns. All right, so you know how it is. I'm gonna start with the pros, and then I'm gonna get to the cons, and from there I'm gonna give my final statement. All right, so let's start off right off the bat. Pros: maps are excellent. Overall, maps are much better, especially if you're comparing it to Call of Duty, especially at launch. Call of Duty maps, I hate them, especially the last 3-4 years. I've really hated all the maps except for like a very handful of maps. But the maps felt well, they flowed well. A lot of 3-lane maps, not very big maps. That's good, right? In this type of arena shooter 6v6, you don't really need too big a map. So that also like plays into another pro. Very fast paced. You can really choose to play it fast. I didn't really see anybody playing the game like kind of campy, kind of slowish. Some people in general were like just weren't that good in the beta, and that's kind of why I see it as. I wasn't really seeing people camping and holding corners. You know, there's a lot of team fighting in the game. I feel like that there's a lot of like you might pull up and then you're facing like 6 people right there. Like you got the whole squad. Spawns are a little weird, a little inconsistent, but that's okay. Still think overall they're pretty good. It's gonna be a free to play game, so that's my biggest thing. Free to play, free to play, free to play. I've been saying this for years. The way Call of Duty is going, they might as well make multiplayer free, or I put it at such a discounted charge. I really just honestly think $80 to $110 or $120, whatever it is now, is just way too much for a game that's not even complete. It's gonna be complete by the end of the life cycle, practically. So yeah, free to play. That's always gonna be a bonus. The engine of XDefiant felt great. In general, the movement felt great. I like the outplayability. I got to get the movement tech down. I've been seeing some videos, some people are slide canceling around. They're using certain characters. Again, I'm not really a tester. I'm not going to test anything. I'm going to find a character that I like and try and fit my play style into the meta and try and use movement with that. I've seen like a character that uses something close to a stim in Call of Duty. She looked pretty cool to move around in, but overall, movement pretty good. Engine feels well, feels good, feels nice, everything nice. Side note. Also, the look of the game, I actually really like the arcadey look to the game. I feel like with Call of Duty, especially a lot recently, they've been going with this more realistic looking map. And I really like the like arcadey feelness to the map. When it comes to like movement, the movement is very like actual just movement based, but there's no actual like vertical movement. I feel like as time goes on, we'll figure out like what's going on there. Right, like I felt like there's a lot of windows and stuff that I couldn't climb into that I would be able to in like other games, stuff like that. All right. Game modes, the game modes were good for the most part. There's some spins, some game modes, so, you know what I mean, but overall game modes I think pretty nice. They kept it mostly simple. They brought in some new things, and I really like to see how some of these playing competitive. Again, don't even remember the name of the game modes. I'm not the type of person, I don't remember names of anything, to be honest. I just do plug in my controller, search up the videos. Anyways, I'm gonna be coming out with a settings video when XDefiant drops, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, XDefiant, I'm looking forward to it. It looks fun, looks engaging, and I'm just happy that it seems that Ubisoft is more willing to listen to even like somebody like me, my feedback, which it probably doesn't even matter, where I'm never probably gonna go pro on something like this. But again, just that community engagement, I'm fucking with it. So okay, now cons. Yes, there are some cons to this game. Right, it was not perfect. It was not all sunshine and rainbows. Right, but it was fun overall. So some cons. I think there's gonna have to be a lot of testing and tweaking done with character abilities. I feel like some of these characters' abilities were really OP. Again, can't even name characters, not gonna tell names, but just in general, like I feel like there's gonna have to be a lot of tweaking, nerfs. And I just hope that when those nerfs do eventually come, it's not gonna come at a price of like what Call of Duty tried to do, is like they try to restrict your movement to most like utmost you can. As long as there's ways to outmaneuver and outplay your opponent, I think everything usually ends up right. But again, some characters' abilities are just too broken. And then I don't know if it's just because of the beta or not. I feel like there was no real incentives to play the game. There was no like reward system, anything like that. Again, I feel like that's just because of the beta. So I know Ubisoft got us. I have I have complete confidence that there's going to be a ranked mode or some kind of pro scene in this coming soon. Well, maybe not pro scene, but there's going to be some kind of scene, and the game's going to feel a lot more rewarding. But personally, when I was playing it, it wasn't feeling super rewarding, but in the time, it was feeling fun. It's feeling like something kind of new, refreshing. Oh yeah, no kill cam. Gotta add that in. Nah, we need kill cams. We need kill cams. Some of these people out here, I'm wondering like, how did they kill me? Why did I die like that? Kind of mad, ain't it? Yeah, a little mad, but we'll get to it. But I feel like that's something coming full game again. Can't wait. I'll give it a review of it when I get the full game. But for now, look cool. Overall thoughts. Is XDefiant going to kill Call of Duty? You're bricked if you think XDefiant's going to kill Call of Duty. I'm sorry. Y'all are bricked. Of course, XDefiant is not gonna kill Call of Duty, especially in the modern landscape of how games are. People don't want arena shooters. It's just not what's fancying people. People like BRs right now, and if people think there's a shift, there's no shift in a way. There's nothing like that goes to show that BRs are dying. Most of the most popular games are BRs. I feel like with Call of Duty, Rebirth is a good middle ground, and I kind of feel like that's where the community is kind of headed. That's where the fan base is headed. That people like something kind of like Rebirth, big map, respawn, battle royale environment, stuff like that. And I'd love to see XDefiant in a battle royale kind of setting. It would probably remind me of Apex, but probably slightly worse because I like Apex engine movement better. So that's why you see me only play Apex. Call of Duty's not going anywhere. Will this take a chunk of the Call of Duty players? It's gonna take me. Shit, I'm not playing no fucking Call of Duty no more. Fuck Call of Duty. I don't want to play no 6v6 on Call of Duty. It's just not fun. So as long as this game can maintain fun, which I've seen the roadmap for the first year, so I have high hopes. I have high hopes. So I have high hopes that this game can be a fun, engaging game. And if it's like that, then I best believe half the time I spend gaming, I'll probably spend it playing XDefiant. Right, and I'll probably start making content on there, and that's just what it is. As long as there's content to make on it and the game is actually fun to play, then people will be there at the end of the day, right? And as long as there's a viewership for it too, I feel like that's the main thing. That's where it comes, like you want to see clips, that's why you need movement. You need to see clips. People need to get hyped about this type of stuff, right? But as long as there's viewership there and the game is actually fun to play, the game will thrive. That's just kind of really how simple it is, right? So. But yeah, if you guys like my review of it, yeah, just leave a like. Hey, go follow me on the socials. You know how it is. Peace.
No replacing, so what I gotta do to run it though? Fuck, can't play with me. Do I gotta keep